Today, I'm going to tell you something that shifted everything for me because there's a difference between having a business and running one. And most people never stop to realize that. You see, you can have clients, make money, even hit six figures, but if you're not treating your business like a business, you'll always feel like you're playing catch up. Okay. And by the way, make sure you stay to the end because I'm going to answer a few of the most common questions that I get about what it really means to treat your business like a business. Hi, I'm Coach Ktasha, and if you're new here, I'm a business consultant and tax pro, and I work with entrepreneurs who are tired of just surviving in their business and they're ready to lead with clarity, structure, and financial power. Now, just so we're clear, right? When I say business owner, I actually don't just mean someone with an LLC and a team and everything. Like, honestly, if you're building a brand, launching a YouTube channel, you're freelancing, you're coaching, whatever, let's be clear, you are the business, okay? Now, these shifts apply whether you're full-time, part-time, or just getting serious about growing whatever it is that you've started. All right. Now back to the video. Okay. So there was a time when I was doing business, but everything was basically happening like in real time. I had no systems, no strategy. Like I was honestly taking on everything myself and making decisions on the fly. Now, even when I had a full client load, which I still have a full client load, but I didn't feel in control. There was no space, no real plan, and it honestly looked like success from the outside, but behind the scenes, listen, I was in full survival mode. I was doing what most self-employed people do, figuring everything out alone. Okay. From pricing to marketing to how I handle clients, it was just me. Okay. And even though I had the drive and the knowledge and everything like that, right, I didn't have support. Now, it was just me in my head, second guessing myself, feeling stretched thin. And honestly, that's what kept me stuck. All right. I made a shift. Okay. So I made a shift and I stopped trying to grind my way through it and started investing like in entrepreneur development, webinars, trainings, other resources that really challenge how I thought, right? Um, and most importantly, I began surrounding myself with other people who were also building real businesses, not just hustling every week. And I still do this to this day. But yes, that's when things really started to click because CEOs don't operate in isolation. They grow, they delegate, they lead. Okay. And also, let me pause and say this right now, right? If you're constantly in your head and you feel like you're the system, you're the employee, you're the manager, the owner, all at one time, you are not broken. You're just building without support. And that's honestly not sustainable. So I finally realized, and now I continue to pour into others, that when you don't treat your business like a business, your energy starts to suffer, really, okay? Your confidence drops, you stop trusting your own brilliance, okay? And I didn't want that for myself anymore. And I definitely don't want that for you. And I don't think you want that either, right? Now, I never forget the moment when I realized I was doing real work, but still running things a little too casual. So I had this client that I had helped with a project. I delivered the work. I was professional, very thorough. But when it came time to get paid, the client ghosted me. Okay. Yep. Ghosted me. Now I did follow up. I had sent reminders, still no response. And so they basically had got their project and I got nothing. And that's when it hit me, it was bigger than the money. It was honestly about how I was running my business. I didn't have clear boundaries. I had an inefficient payment policy. I didn't require an upfront deposit. And I was really just relying on trust instead of systems, which was a big mistake. All right. But I learned from that mistake. And that moment taught me something. Like if I wanted to be taken seriously, I had to start taking things seriously, if that makes sense. Right. Now, this mindset shift is what it's very powerful. Okay. And also, by the way, if you're getting value so far, please be sure to like this video so YouTube can push it out to more people. Please also subscribe if you have not already done so. Okay. Now, let me tell you what treating your business like a business doesn't mean. Okay. Because that's important. Now, it doesn't mean working around the clock. It doesn't mean turning into some overly serious, no days off, like you're a machine. Okay. What it really means is moving with purpose, because it's about putting structure behind your hustle so that you can stop guessing, stop stressing, and start building something sustainable. That's the key thing here, sustainable. Now, for me, treating my business like a business didn't mean doing more. It meant doing things smarter. It really meant creating structure that supported me, not buried me. Okay. I wasn't trying to be perfect. I was just trying to breathe. And that structure gave me room to breathe. It gave me space to set boundaries, to work with people who respected my time. Okay. To say no without feeling guilty. Now, that's what this shift created for me: space, confidence, and peace of mind. I will not sit here and tell you that I made these changes overnight, but what I will say is that I was beginning to just, I had to start moving differently overall. Now, I got very intentional with my pricing, not basing it on what I thought people could afford, but based on the value and results that I actually deliver. And also, sidebar, that's why I wrote this book, Pricing for Entrepreneurs. Now it's on Amazon, and I'll be sure to put the link in the description box. But yes, I started facing my numbers head on instead of avoiding them. I carved out weekly time to check in with my income, my expenses, my other goals. Now, once I started treating my business like a business, everything changed. Okay. I stopped attracting people who didn't respect boundaries. I stopped saying yes to things that didn't align with my vision. That is super important. And instead, I started building with clarity, okay, with intention and with systems. I began showing up like a leader, not just someone chasing the next invoice, as an example. Okay. If any of this sounds like your story, and if you're working hard but still feel like something's missing, I want you to know it's not too late to shift your mindset. Okay. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be intentional. Now, let me answer a few common questions, because basically these are some questions that people have asked me. And I also, did a little research. So also, really quick, guys, make sure you check out my ebook, Tax Essentials for Entrepreneurs, because so many of us are out here doing business without a real foundation. Now, my ebook breaks down the basics in simple terms. It's not just for tax season, okay? But it's going to help you run your business right all year round, okay? Now, it's available on my digital store, separate from the Amazon thing, but it's available on my digital store, and I'll leave the link in the description box as well as in the pinned comment below. All right. Now, question number 1. What's the first thing I should do to get more structure in my business? Now, honestly, the very first thing is to separate your business and personal finances. Please be sure to open a business bank account, because you're actually going to need a few accounts, like sub accounts. All right. Even if you're not making, a lot of money right now, that's not the thing. Okay. Because you want to create a clear line between you and your business. And it really sets the tone for everything else to get more organized. From there, you can start tracking your income and expenses and really planning like a real CEO. Okay. Now, next question. What kind of systems or tools should I be using? I would say, first of all, make sure you start with a simple CRM. And for those who don't know what that stands for, it stands for Client Relationship Management. And it's a system that helps you track clients and stay organized. Now, some platforms will offer invoicing capabilities and help you really automate things in your business all in one place. I actually think Square offers this, but you'll also, check that out. And there's a lot of others out there. You also should be on Google Drive for document management, and you're also going to need a project management system. Now, I actually use ClickUp, but there's many others out there. And you just want to keep it simple. The right tools will help you work smarter, not harder. Okay, next question. What are some daily habits that can help me grow as a business owner? Now, I recommend that you start small because growth comes from consistency, not chaos. You want to remember to check in with yourself before you check in with your business. Take like 5 minutes, in the mornings or whatever for reflection, for just a little quiet focus time. And you want to review your priorities for the day. You might even want to do this step the night before, honestly. But basically, you want to assess what needs to get done today to move the business forward. Okay. Also, touch your money. Well, check your accounts. Look at what came in, what needs attention. Do not avoid this. Okay. These aren't just habits, they're how you start leading instead of reacting. Now, the next question. How do I say no to clients or opportunities that aren't aligned? So, you say no with clarity and respect, not feeling guilty. Okay. The bottom line here is if something doesn't align with your values, your pricing, or your capacity, your bandwidth, it's okay to politely decline. Try saying something like, thank you so much for considering me, but this isn't a fit for me, fit for how I currently serve. Okay. This tip is actually extremely helpful for like brand deals if you're doing content creation. All money ain't good money. Okay. And every yes to the wrong thing pulls you away from the right ones. Now you want to protect your time, protect your peace, and protect your purpose. And one more question. This will be the final question. And if y'all let me know in the comments if you would like me to do more of these kinds of videos regarding like Q&A. All right. But people often ask me what kind of content should I be posting to attract more of the right people? Now, this question right here, I want to lead with expressing that marketing is a core part of treating your business seriously, even if you're just starting out, because structure also includes how you show up online and communicate your value. So as far as content, you want to focus on content that does three things. Okay. You want to educate, build trust, and show how you help. Okay. For example, like with educational content, you can like share tips, common mistakes, or like, did you know type of information and content that your audience needs to hear. To build trust, you want to talk about your process, your client wins, or even lessons you've learned the hard way. Now, one of my clients who owns an event space, and she's also a premium event designer, she actually just secured like a larger property compared to the space that she has now. So she's been posting a lot of behind the scenes videos showing her audience her process of like stripping the new property that she just bought so that her and her team can build it back up based on her vision. So she's even showing she even actually showed the process of multiple properties that the deals fell through. She was attempting to buy those and it just didn't work out, and I told her I was honestly so proud of her because this property that finally did go through was the reason why everything else didn't work out. Okay. So I'm a big believer of that, right? Now, as her business consultant and accountant, I really played an instrumental role with regards to like her financials and stuff. So anyway, okay. As far as content, okay, you also want to show how you help. Always be clear about like the transformation, not just about the service. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for you today. Let me know in the comments, what's one shift that you need to make in your business right now? Or you can simply just put like, I'm done playing small. Okay. And be sure to share this video. This is Coach Tasha, and I will see you at the corner of success. Bye for now.